Coach, were you impressed with your defensive performance tonight, or would you rather not, like Phoenix not have any chances they did late in the second half?
I mean, we defended really well in our own box. That's about the extent of it.
That says a lot.
You know, it's too easy. They played through us. They dribbled through us. You know, weren't able to hold the ball in higher areas and make them defend. You know, late in the game, we won a lot of balls, and then didn't make any runs in wide areas, or if you're pinched in, guys have to spread out quickly. Like, we wanted to rest every time. It was hot. It was a demanding game because they're a good possession team. I know they had a huge amount of the possession, and that affects you after a while. And I think they had so many guys in high positions. I think they're, you know, if we just find an outlet and have guys that are willing to go forward, we would have gotten a second goal. We were fortunate. About a month ago, we didn't look for a second goal against Indy, and they tied it 1-1 late. We didn't look for. We were up 2-1 in Monterey Bay, and we tried to sit deep the back end of the game, and they tied it 2-2. Now, we've had a number of 1-0 wins recently, and we are defending well in the box, but, you know, Jamali this was the most he was called on to do all year. Some big saves, we blocked shots in the box. All it needed was one of those balls to find a corner or a deflection, and we would have dropped points tonight. So I'm proud of the determination to keep them off the board when we were backed up to our goal line, but overall there's a lot we can do better defensively, higher up the pitch and in the middle third, and even how we organize out of the back. You know, and you know, but we've rotated so many players in Loudoun tonight. And, you know, you're asking a lot emotionally, physically, and the fact that we're going on this run with two really tough games in New England and to Columbus, and we have to get up 2 more times this week in Cincy on Tuesday, and you know, a very big game next Saturday against Charleston here, who's still leading the East. Sometimes I think we've earned all these wins. Maybe tonight we got the rub of the green, and we got fortunate. I suppose for the work they put in, we deserve a little bit of fortune. So take it, move on. I don't want to be Debbie Downer. I know how hard the guys worked today, the guys that played. And, I think we'll all recognize when we have a little bit of time to reflect. We'll all know we're going to have to be better against Cincy on Tuesday. You know, there's things we can do better. We'll be able to fix these things that maybe didn't go our way tonight. Just try and get the rested guys going Tuesday, and you know what we do the next couple of days with recovery, with training the guys that need extra reps because they're playing, and we got to be planning for Cincy as well as Charleston. We don't want to forget either of those games. Obviously, the next one up is Cincy on Tuesday, but we do want to make sure we're managing these guys, and hopefully, you know, Deke was close. He didn't dress tonight, but he's close. So hopefully we'll have the legs on Tuesday night, and then for those of you I don't see in Cincy on Wednesday, let's set a date to discuss next Saturday after the Charleston game. Hopefully we can handle it, but you know, we were gritty tonight, that's for sure. And they all count. I mean, we dropped some games that we should have won earlier this year, but that one, it feels good to get 3 sometimes, which is sheer will and persistence. And that's what it felt like tonight.
Talk a little bit about the play of Arturo Ordonez. I mean, this Spanish defender has scored 3 goals. He's really finding a nose for the goal. So, why do you attribute his success for? And are you thinking about changing your tactics to allow him to attack more often?
No, I mean, they're all on restarts. The last thing we can afford to do right now is have him worry about attacking. Restarts, yes. We're not trying to develop Beckenbauer. He's so valuable for us defensively, but he struggled last year. He gets on the end of a lot of stuff. He's so aggressive. He's a quick jumper. He deserves a lot of credit. He's been working on it. I mean, he could have had all these goals last year, but generally, when it hits his head, it goes anywhere except on target. He's kind of corrected that, and now he's worked hard. He's determined to be dangerous, and last week it was with his feet, but 2 head goals in the last few games, that's huge for us. The fact that he's playing as many minutes as he is, and mentally so strong to be able to play those minutes and play him anywhere in the back line, he's figuring it out. So I'm happy with how he's playing, and it's certainly an added bonus. And we know with our team that if we play well, we'll get chances. We've got to find a way to score. It's important. There a few games back, we only had 2 shutouts through 10 league games. And then Birmingham, we give up a set piece goal, so that's 2-1. Las Vegas, we give up a late goal, that's 4-1. But the fact that Loudon was a shutout, this game was a shutout, New England was a shutout, Columbus, we won't get many shutouts like tonight but those other shutouts were earned. I mean, there were very few chances and very little penetration. But we're playing well. I think that when we play well, we're going to get shutouts. Tonight was not artistic. It was not a great performance. It was a gutty performance. And defensively, it was a very good performance in our box. But overall, defensively, not good enough in terms of slowing the ball down, stopping the dribble, denying service. Our starting positions, our cover, there were too many thousand bad areas. I mean, the list goes on and on. But our defending in the box was quite good, and our determination was good. Fortunately, we got that goal. But I do believe when you're playing well, if we didn't get that goal there, we would have found other chances. I think once we had it, we were just trying to get to half. We got to half. I said, we may need another goal. We got to play. I think we started the second half pretty well. So we got 15 minutes into the second half comfortably. And then we wilted again. And then it started to, we were trying to spread out our subs, and we were trying to find a way to get the clock ticking faster. But they still chased back. There were a number of plays made by the defenders, but there were still midfielders that played 90 minutes. Mark Ibarra, Bernardo Forbes, thought Kiza didn't stop running. I mean, he had to do a lot of work. He's not eligible for the Cincy game, so we knew we were, and would have got through the 90, but he started cramping, so we just decided to lift him at the very end. But I mean, there was a lot of effort. We'll get better. I mean, doesn't surprise me. If you don't get appropriate pressure and you don't unsettle teams, you almost have to drop back. I mean, you know, we were caught in two worlds. At times we pressed, left gaps, and then we sat back, and then they're playing, they're rotating it, and the reality is it's one or the other. I thought, you know, at times in Columbus we were clear on our pressure, and when we couldn't get enough pressure, we sat a little bit, and we were a little bit more shrewd in terms of how we played defensively. Today we probably looked, in my mind, we looked lost a little. So it's something we'll have to review with everyone. You know, I think everyone knows it, but we are putting a lot of different combinations out there. And I think, you know, sometimes as a staff, we know that. You're hoping everything's going to go as smoothly as it's been going. Tonight it didn't, but the players, as I said, sheer will and persistence got it over the line. I mean, there wasn't anything brilliant that we could do to solve it. Once we were at that, you know, the last 15, 20 minutes, it was hang on, and we didn't really have any you know, we went from plan A to plan B to plan C, and nothing was helping. And at a certain point, you run out of plans, and the players just have to gut it out. And tonight they were able to do that.
So, Tola got knocked on that same play, he got hit in the face, got a little bit ahead, and Burke came on halftime as well. Can you tell us?
I mean, Burke was tired. Look, I thought Burke played well on the ball at times. I mean, he's not a wingback per se, and I think when Joma was picking on him, so we switched him to left at the end of the half. Just wanted to get a little bit bigger. We knew taking Tola out. We basically traded Tola's size for Trevor, who's big, and Nate, and we took out. So we made a double switch just to shore up the back a little bit. Obviously, we're trying to rest Nate more minutes because he'll go in Cincinnati. Tola, still not knowing what contributions or minutes that Deke was going to play, and knowing that Kiza is not available for Tuesday, that was almost known. Like, look, if he had,
There's no injury scares for him.
it's not injuries. We made the decision. Let's just get him out now. I mean, I think he had a few good moments, but you know, we're pretty thin up top right now for Tuesday night. We're unclear with Dikwa. You know, at this point, I think he'll be available to us in some capacity, but that will be determined over the next couple of days. So it's just protecting our investment a little bit. Told, just saying, let's save you for Tuesday.
Guys, anything else for coaches? We have both core players here ready for the tour.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks.
Congratulations.